4,000 Beagles. That is how many dogs federal agents removed from a single facility in rural Virginia in 2022, a breeding operation the government had already cited for violation after violation, months before anyone was rescued. It became one of the biggest animal rescued stories in years. Cameras, adoptions, happy endings, dogs in new homes. But there is a second story underneath the Beagles that almost nobody told, a money story, because just months before that raid, a company called Inotiv had paid roughly $545 million to buy that exact facility. And the people who sold it to them, who knew precisely what they were selling, walked away with hundreds of millions of dollars in cash before a single Beagle was ever carried out. Tonight, how a small research company bought a scandal the government had already written down on paper, who quietly cashed out right before the raid, and why, when Inotiv collapsed into bankruptcy in June of 2026, its shareholders were wiped out to nothing, while the sellers kept everything. The record $35 million fine didn't land on the people who built the problem. It landed on the company that bought it. The Beagles got homes. The shareholders got a receipt. This is who got rich. Start with the facility itself, because it is where the whole story is buried. In the hills of Cumberland, Virginia, sat one of the largest beagle breeding operations in the United States, run by a company called Envigo. Its business was industrial, breeding thousands of beagles a year and selling them to research laboratories. Beagles are used for this precisely because of who they are: small, trusting, gentle, easy to handle. They don't fight back. At its peak, the site held around 5,000 dogs, roughly 3,000 adults, and 2,000 puppies, watched over, at times, by a single veterinarian. And the warnings did not begin with the government. Back in 2019, an undercover investigator from an animal welfare group spent time inside and documented what they saw: overcrowded cages, untreated wounds, dead puppies. A complaint was filed. Inspectors came, and for a while, nothing meaningful happened. Then it became official. Through 2021, federal inspectors cited the facility again and again. In July of that year, the U.S. Department of Agriculture logged 26 violations of the Animal Welfare Act. In October, 13 more: sick animals, inadequate care, conditions investigators called unacceptable. This was not whispered or hidden or uncovered years later. It was written down in government records in black and white. Every one of those violations was public, filed, accessible to anyone who bothered to look. The question that drives this entire story is whether anyone on the buyer's side of the table ever did. Now meet the buyer. Inotiv was a small contract research company out of Indiana in the business of running drug and chemical tests for pharmaceutical clients. And it had a strategy common in corporate America: grow by acquisition, buy up labs, suppliers, and competitors, bolt them together, and become a one-stop shop. To keep that growth story alive, Inotiv needed deals, bigger and bigger ones. In September 2021, it found its biggest yet. Inotiv agreed to buy Envigo, including that Cumberland facility, in a transaction with an enterprise value of around $545 million, roughly $271 million of it in cash. The deal closed that November, and the timing of it tells you everything. It closed with Inotiv's own stock trading near its all-time high, just under $58 a share, riding the very acquisition spree that this deal was supposed to extend. On the other side of the table were the sellers, private holding companies that controlled most of Envigo. They took their cash and they left. And here is the part that should stop you. By the time the deal was signed in September, 26 federal violations were already on the public record, and 13 more would land that October, weeks before the deal closed. Inotiv did not buy a clean company that went bad. It bought a company the government was already investigating, at a premium at the top of the market. The sellers handed over a problem and were paid hundreds of millions of dollars for it. The clock was already ticking, and Inotiv couldn't hear it. And the Beagles, it turned out, were only the first clock. A second one was already running in another corner of Inotiv's business. A different animal, a different federal investigation entirely, and that one would take longer to go off. In the spring of 2022, it caught up with them. Federal authorities moved on the Cumberland facility. And what came next became a national story. Roughly 4,000 beagles were removed and funneled into a vast rescue effort. Humane societies, shelters, volunteers, families lining up to adopt. For the public, it was a feel-good ending. The dogs were out, the dogs were safe, and they were. That part is real, and it matters. But the legal reckoning fell somewhere very specific. Envigo pleaded guilty. The penalty was about $35.5 million, split across animal welfare and clean water violations, the largest fine ever imposed in a United States animal welfare case. And who wrote that check? Not the private holding companies that had owned and run the facility through the years of violations and then sold it. They were gone, paid in full. The fine was paid by Inotiv, the new parent, the buyer, the company that had purchased the whole mess 6 months earlier. The people who created the liability had cashed out. The people who inherited it paid for it. And the Beagle case, as enormous as it was, turned out to be only the visible wound. Inotiv had overpaid for Envigo, and it had borrowed heavily to do it, piling up close to $500 million in debt to fund its acquisition spree. At the same time, another part of its business drew its own federal scrutiny, the importing of research monkeys, macaques, brought in for testing, which became the subject of a separate government investigation. Customers grew nervous about doing business with a company under multiple clouds. Revenue softened, but the debt did not soften. The interest came due on schedule, indifferent to scandal. And so the stock began its long fall. A share that had touched almost $58 in late 2021, at the very moment of the Envigo deal, slid through the following years toward a handful of cents. The acquisition that was supposed to make Inotiv bigger had instead strapped it to a liability it could not outrun and a debt load it could not service. The company that bought a scandal was being slowly crushed by it. On June 3, 2026, it ended. Inotiv filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Under the restructuring, the senior lenders took control of the company, receiving the overwhelming majority of the new equity. And the common shareholders, the ordinary investors who had bought into the growth story, who held the stock that touched $58, were wiped out completely. Their shares were canceled. They got nothing. So here is the receipt laid out plainly. The private holding companies that sold Envigo collected hundreds of millions of dollars in 2021 at the top of the market, knowing what the federal record already said about the facility. And they were never on the hook for the raid, the fine, or the debt that followed. Inotiv shareholders paid for all three. The lenders took the company. The executives who chased the deal moved on. And the only ones who came out of this story unambiguously better than they went in were the 4,000 Beagles, who got out of those cages and got homes. That is the strange shape of it. In a story full of money and lawyers and bankruptcy filings, the happy ending belongs to the dogs. Everyone who bet on the company is the cautionary tale, because the lesson of Inotiv is an old one, dressed up in a new and heartbreaking costume. When somebody is willing to sell you a problem at a premium, and they know more about that problem than you do, the price you pay is never just the price on the contract. Inotiv paid $545 million for Envigo. The real bill came due later, and it was everything the company had.